and make good on my commitment. Okay, welcome everyone. It is after midnight, 12:23 Kansas time on this 11th day of October 2022, and I'm here with my new friend Geste, whom I met on Twitter, and I'm not even sure where it was. I will make probably 50 invitations of people to come, and almost nobody ever comes. And Jess was kind enough to come on and join with me this day. And so, even though I don't have the time, I am happy to indulge an office or an audience with her so that we can discuss things of metaphysical import, mainly, I would say, the existence of God. And so anyway, welcome, Jess. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. I guess you're out of town, but you're kind enough to join me from your hotel room and to have a conversation. So thank you for joining me.
I told you you have 5 questions.
I have 5 questions.
Yes, I will answer them and you will not interrupt me. That's the agreement we had.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that, but
I can, if you want me to, I can pull it up on Twitter.
okay. Well, yeah, I think you said something about 5 questions. I didn't know what you were referring. Are you saying that I can ask you 5 questions, or?
Yes, and you can't interrupt me.
Okay. All right. So, all right, let's go ahead and start then. All right. So, I mean, can I ask some preliminary information?
Depends.
Just to get a little bit of know about. I mean, I'd like to ask a few questions about you. Tell me about yourself, and I'll tell you about myself to give you a little background so that we can have a conversation. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, you would consider yourself an atheist? Would that be a fair thing, a characterization for you?
Yes, I'm an atheist.
Okay. And do you have any type of like a religious background? Have you always been an atheist? Do you mind telling me a little bit about your background? And I'll tell you about me too as well.
You first.
Okay, sure. Okay. I'm a Christian. I'm a born again Christian. I'm a Reformed Baptist. And I've been a Christian about 36 years now. And I live in Kansas City area in the United States. And I sadly am divorced, but I have 6 children. I just got back probably 2 hours ago from my daughter's wedding in Pennsylvania, and I realized I had some work to do with a dental lab technician. So I had to do some work, and so I came in here, and then I saw your stuff on there, and so I said, okay, let's have a conversation now. So you came on, and so I went ahead and opened.
Well, where's Pennsylvania?
I'm sorry?
Where in Pennsylvania?
It's in a Philadelphia area. Well, it's actually was in. I'm blanking out right now. It's a suburb.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just curious. Our family's from Harrisburg.
Okay. Well, hold on just a minute. Let me. I want to remember because I was just there. I love the town. I absolutely love that area. It was a suburb out of outside of Philadelphia, and so and we were in Downingtown, I think, is where we're actually staying in our Airbnb. But anyway, it was right next to that. Anyway, so
yeah, my husband's family's from the farmlands. So yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay, well, great. Well, and so we just got back. We drove 17 hours straight through, and I just got back, so I might be a little frazzled here. But anyway, okay, so that's who I am, and so I like philosophy. I like theology. I like to think about things and things about ultimate reality, and I like to have conversations with people and discuss these ideas and bounce my ideas of other people and kind of try to test other people's ideas too in order to find truth. So if I asked you, as an atheist, how you justify your dependent existence, what would you say?
Dependent on what?
Well, you agree that your existence is dependent, right? You gotta have air and water. If you don't eat, you'll die.
Yeah, the world exists because there are lots of worlds that exist, and they're all part of a big universe. And yeah, the stuff happened, and they're all different kinds of. I mean, different kinds of worlds in different parts of the universe, and they each have life forms. I mean, we are not the only life form.
Right. But you agree that you are dependent in your existence. You're not self-existent, right?
Well, obviously, no.
Okay. Now, is it possible for you to have created yourself before you existed?
My parents had sex.
hmm
When I was born, they weren't happy with me, and I'm autistic, so yeah, it is kind of. I am on my own. Yes. Is
No,
that
but
what
I'm
you wanted?
saying when I say self-existent, I don't mean that you have.
Oh, you
It,
do have a fucking excuse me, a freaking agenda, don't you?
yeah, I like to use intellectual inquiry to find truth.
This is not intellectual. This is not. This is
Oh,
an agenda. I will continue with you, but you need to actually kind of back your granny ass up, and you need to see me like a person rather than somebody with an agenda. If you want to talk to me about being an autistic or an atheist, that's fine. But your little happy self doing your thing, and I am related to scientists. In fact, I've my point is that you've got an agenda, and I think you need to back it up.
I need to
You
back
need
what?
to step away for a minute. And if you're actually going to talk to people, you need to listen. If you're not going to talk to people, quit actually, because you actually came looking for me on Twitter. So I think you need to stop doing that.
Jess, I don't even know who you
You
are.
came looking for me.
Okay.
And I've got the receipts that can show that. So I think that if you want to have an actual discussion, we can do. But if you're going to start making this grin and shuck and all this other stuff, I am not doing it. You want to talk? We'll talk. But if you're going to do this, no. Yes, dependent upon my world. Yes, I'm dependent on many things in my world. I've got things in my world that I am dependent upon, and I don't believe it's because of God. I do believe it's because of. Anyway, that's your first. You get a second question. You got four more.
Okay. So is it possible for dependent existence to exist independently?
I'm sorry.
You've admitted that you're dependent in your existence. And my question is it possible for dependent existence to exist independently?
As an artist, yes.
No, I'm not, whether you're autistic, it doesn't matter. I'm just talking about it as a human
No, it
being.
does, because as an autistic, I don't depend on other people. I don't rely on other people. I rely on the world as it is. But very frankly, I have very little that has to do with anybody else. Because very frankly, other people, including you, are not honest. They're not fair. They don't believe in people like me, and they don't take care of people like me. So I have
don't
very
believe
good
people
friends.
like
I'm very lucky. Excuse me. I'm very lucky that I'm married with a very good husband. I'm happy that I have very good, but very frankly, I exist very much of there is the world, and then there is society, and I do not exist as part of society because of people like you.
Okay. All right. Uh,
I know
appreciate,
that's not the answer you wanted, but there it is.
okay. I appreciate your time, Jess, but I'm very busy and I need to go, and I'll take this.
No. You got three more. Come on. You actually were wasting my time, so you keep giving. You got three more.
I do not want to
I
waste your
dare
time
you to
anymore.
give me three more, because very frankly, you're the one that said, when I said I got five for you, you put me on here. So you asked me three more. You have to do that, because when I said you got
Yes.
five.
All right. What's your favorite color?
My favorite color is you.
I'm not a color. I'm a
I'm not a
person.
color. I'm a person.
Yes, that's my point.
My favorite color is
My
black.
favorite color is black.
My favorite color is you. You know why? Because you have all kinds of colors, and there's blue in your clothes and your shirt, got gray hair, and your and your pink. Come on.
Okay, what's your favorite
Okay, what's
flavor
your
of
favorite
ice cream?
flavor of ice cream?
I don't eat ice cream. I'm lactose.
Okay, so you don't like ice cream.
So you don't like ice cream.
No, I love ice cream. I'm just lactose intolerant.
So when you can eat ice cream, what's your favorite
What's your favorite
flavor?
flavor?
Anything that's basically chocolate.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
But here's the thing, is that you're avoiding me because you don't like what I have to say to you.
That is not true.
That is not true.
I disagree. Why do you think it's not true?
I don't, Jess, I'm trying to have a conversation with you. You don't even know what I'm talking about. You have no idea what I'm trying to ask you. And so I don't know where to start. It's after midnight. I need to go to bed.
You do understand that you kept me up way after midnight, and I come from a really, excuse me, actually come from a really long religious background. You might not consider it religion, but my family's first Mormon family.
Okay.
I understand a lot about religion. I understand a lot about faith. I understand about a lot of those things, and I don't agree with them. And
Why?
you challenged me first. Even though you don't say you did, I can show the receipts. And now you're not going to talk to me.
Well,
And
I'm talking to you right now.
Right now.
Well, you are right now, but you're embarrassed and you want to get away from it. The thing is that
I'm not embarrassed.
I'm not embarrassed.
come from a very line of, well, I come from the first families of Mormonism.
Okay.
You want to talk religion? There we go.
Okay, so what don't you like about Mormons?
I don't like the subjugation of women. I also don't like the fact that in Mormonism that people think that they can actually baptize other people after they're dead or for whatever other reason.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Is that 5 questions?
5 questions.
No. See, you're the one that brought me here and stayed me up all night.
And you don't want to leave.
You don't want to leave.
No, I don't. You know why? Because you wasted an hour of my time. I want to waste an hour of your time.
You're a mean person, huh?
You're a mean person, huh?
Yes, I am. I'm a total bitch. And, you know, it really pisses me off because it's like, what is it that you want to know?
I want to know what makes you tick.
I want to know what makes you tick.
I want to know what makes you tick. Why do you believe what you believe?
Because it's the only reasonable perspective that I've encountered. I've never seen any perspective other than one I hold that makes any sense. That's why I hold it.
How old are you?
I'm 56.
56.
Okay, I'm 57.
Oh, great.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
We are
Kinda
Patriots
cool.
in 8.
It's an 8.
Yeah, well, it's definitely. And you're from what part of the world?
Kansas City.
Kansas
Born
City.
right here.
Okay.
Right here.
See, I'm from Nevada, from the Southwest. All right.
Mhm.
So I think it's interesting because you make provocative statements on Twitter, and then you get people drawn into them, and then you make comments and say, I'm going to put you on YouTube and then see who shows up.
Do you know why I do that?
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 Because you want to see who's going to show up.
No, I've been debating atheists for well over a decade, close to probably 15 years now. And what they do is when it's on text, they just when they can't engage the argument, they begin to lose. They just disappear. and I get tired of that. It's a waste of time. You spend all this time typing out. So I found that if I invite people to a live recorded discussion, it separates people who are just wanting to fiddle fart around and people who are seriously engaged. Unfortunately, only about
which one am I?
I'm sorry.
Which one am I?
Well, I commend you for coming on because almost nobody will do this anymore. I don't know what the deal is. Nobody will talk on an account.
Yeah, I'm an atheist. I mean, I come from a long line of religious people. One side is literally foot wash and Baptist, and the other side is
You mean foot wash? You say foot wash and Baptist? You like Plymouth Brethren or something?
I'm sorry?
Plymouth Brethren, you mean? Or foot washing Baptist?
Oh, no. Brethren is something way different. That's my husband's family. That's way different.
Okay.
My husband's family is, oh, pity. They started out Amish, went to Brethren. Foot washing is not Brethren, it's Baptist.
Okay.
Okay. And see, that's the other thing you don't understand about most atheists. Most atheists actually understand religion.
No, they don't.
And where they come from.
No, they're unbelievably ignorant when it comes to religion. That's from my experience.
Well, real atheists don't come from, or they come from an understanding of. I mean, I was baptized in the Episcopalian Church. My ex-husband was Catholic. I've had religion around me my entire life, especially, I guess, again, LDS, whether you count that as not. I've spent my entire life around religion, and I don't believe in it because I don't believe in any of it because nobody follows it. First off, because nobody follows it. And second off, I understand that Yahweh, God, and whatever is a fierce and horrible God. And now people, and there is no such thing as white Jesus.
Okay. Jess, can you hold on just a minute? I gotta get something out of the oven. Can you hold on just a second? Just take this thing. Hold on.
As long as you come back. If you don't, I will vilify you forever.
Okay, sorry.
No problem. What is it you're testing in there?
Testing? No, I'm making
You're clearly in a lab and you're taking care of things.
I'm a dental lab technician. I'm making teeth.
Okay, well, my ex-husband was a lab technician and I raised butterflies for a while, but that's
Yeah, I'm
for
a
the
dental
lab.
lab.
So I've done a lot of that. That's why I was asking. Anyway, so don't believe in religion because it just simply does not track.
How so?
Most Western religions, you have to be part of the elect, and you're not sure you're part of the elect, so you're supposed to be good. So you might be part of the elect, but you're probably not. And so, yeah, no, I think it's all nonsense.
Okay.
And I do have a basis for it. It's not just simply because I'm being stupid. I am actually, again, educated.
What's your education?
Here we go. My family is first LDS family. That means before Brigham Young, we're talking about Joseph, Smith and all that other crap. We're talking about Baptist. We're talking about Episcopalian. I was married to a Catholic. My husband's mother was Brethren, but before then, she was. Oh God. Oh God, there's Amish, and then and I'm losing right now because it's very late, and then there's Brethren.
Okay, Jess, I really need to go. I am really late, and I've got to be here at 7 in the morning or 7:30 in the morning, and it's after
So
midnight
you're
now.
not okay. So ask me one more question because you've already written me off. I already get that.
Okay, so what do you want me to ask you a question?
Why have you written me off?
In all charity, you don't understand religion. You've been part of many religions, but you don't really understand the underlying issues, which I tried to engage you, and you couldn't even understand.
You haven't told me the underlying religions or the underlying reasons.
Well, I was talking about what's called metaphysics, which is the study of ultimate reality, or that which undergirds physics, which is you. If you are dependent in your existence, you cannot exist independently by definition. And if you cannot exist independently, there must be some independent being upon which you depend in order to be. And that would be God.
Why would it be? Why is it a being rather than simply an is?
That's what an is. There are only two kinds
No,
of being
it's not.
and
Those
non-being.
are two different things. You're talking one that's conscious, and you're talking simply is.
What's the problem with the difference between those two?
Because one is conscious, and one is simply exists.
If something is, and there is such a thing as consciousness, then that thing that is would be conscious in nature.
Not everything that is conscious is not everything that is conscious in nature.
Okay, Jess, I gotta go. All right.
Yes, I know. And you know what? You totally rooked and fuck you very much. Good night.
All right. Thanks for talking.
Bye.
Maybe we'll
Bye.
talk again. All right. We'll see you. Bye. Wow. That's the best I can get. Literally, I'll invite 50 people and nobody will come. And then this is, anyway, very kind. Thank you, Jess, for joining me. And I am ready for bed. See you later.